Fridays, we like to feature news out of the state that serves up the wild, the weird, sometimes the depressing, but always the interesting. This is Friday Fabulous Florida.
It's time for Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
A look at the weirdest stories from our weirdest state.
A man charged, well, I'll just tell you his T-shirt first. I think it'll be better. A man wearing an I'm the reason the beer's always gone T-shirt was charged with, if you guessed DUI, yes, that's exactly right.
Very strong.
Deputies said he was driving almost 3 times over the legal limit. Does that mean his speed was over the legal limit? Yeah, it does. 89 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone.
Well, the alcohol was probably 3 times over the limit as well.
Yeah, he probably was. I mean, indeed, he was a 41-year-old identified as James Ricks Jr. He fled from the deputy, and then he turned off the lights. There's the T-shirt for those who may want to order your own T-shirt. I'm the reason the beer is always gone. Yeah,
I found it on Amazon for $19.99.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, bargain.
What?
You may want to go for it. He
I guess
failed.
You could call him
his,
a self-reporter, right?
Exactly. He's advertising. May want to check me for alcohol. The sheriff's office said that Ricks failed his field sobriety exercises and he was placed under arrest. And by the way, to John's point, he was pulled over for going 3 times the legal limit in speed, and in a sense of cosmic congruity, he provided breath samples that were 3 times over the legal limit.
There you go.
Very well done. Got to give the guy some credit.
That was just my bartender intuition.
Yeah, very well done.
He was rip-roaring drunk. It says on there the blood alcohol content was 0.204. Holy moly.
Hey, you got to lean into the party. You know what I mean?
There's a reason that this place is fun.
Right, the reason is the beer. A Florida chemistry student was caught on a neighbor's hidden camera injecting an opioid, quote, chemical agent underneath their front door, causing the family and their newborn baby to fall ill. Umar Abdullah and his pregnant wife, they move into their new condo in Tampa, Florida in June of 2022. Everything was going to be great. They're warmly welcomed into the residence and into the building and into the complex. But then Abdullah started getting texts from a disgruntled neighbor downstairs, supposedly this regular guy, but they got into a quarrel. After months of the quarrel, his wife and daughter, Abdullah's, start feeling dizzy and vomiting. He looks at his daughter. Her eyes were full of tears. She's very ill. And then he notices an odor that he describes as kind of this obnoxious, worse than nail polish remover odor. He called the air conditioning company. They found no problems. Then he called a plumber. They found nothing wrong with the plumbing. His landlord replaced the heater, and even the air ducts and vents were cleaned. Abdullah calls the fire department, but then it's this, caught on security camera. The neighbor putting some kind of chemical underneath the door. And
why would you do that?
Yeah, because
Officer Thompson, I think it's time to put him away.
Yeah, I think it's a sayonara.
Sayonara, sucker!
I agree.
I'm telling you. I mean, is he the downstairs neighbor? Was he mad the baby was crying?
Yeah.
Were they making too much noise? Like, God, that's horrible.
I agree. They called in a hazmat team. They did the hazmat tests. A liquid chemical agent was found. It contained a combination of methadone and hydrocodone, both opioid pain medications. Lee, the downstairs neighbor, is listed as a doctoral chemistry student at the University of Southern Florida.
Not anymore. He's not.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
Right.
Now
he's getting
a doctoral, former doctoral student in jail.
Now he's going to get a doctorate in the law because
Yeah.
he is being sued also in addition to the criminal statutes that he's obviously violated.
I didn't know that could work as an aerosol.
Caught in the
either.
act. Well, that's where the chemistry doctorate helps you.
Yeah.
Caught in the act. I think anything can be turned into an aerosol. Nude Florida man, everybody. Come on for the nude
I
Florida
like
man.
that. Bring it on.
Accused of trying to break into the Kissimmee homes one after another. He was arrested after trying to go door to door.
Finish this
After
sentence.
after 1:30 in the morning. I mean, it was. I guess after 1:30 in the morning, it could be anything, right?
That's almost like the alligator story, but a little different.
The caller to cops said that she heard a noise coming from her back patio door, checked her Ring camera to see a naked man attempting to open it. We are showing the video now if you want to avail yourself of the same video that will likely be played in a court. The caller said she saw the man making obscene gestures toward the camera, like masturbating and bending over to expose his rectum.
What?
Wow. That is...
There's never been anything like this.
Yeah. 23-year-old Giovanni Alcaraz, everybody. He was your perp. He was wrapped up and taken into custody. A Florida man's traffic stop for
Wrapped up.
illegal...
Well, they don't want his bare butt on the police car
Yeah,
seat.
you're right. They have to
Gotta
put
wrap him up. Yeah.
like a towel down or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Florida
Cellophane.
man's traffic stop. Something tells me they have stuff on board. Those Florida patrol cars.
Nude
to
man
handle it.
cellophane. It's
Yeah,
standard.
it's not
issue.
their first rodeo on that.
We're gonna
Florida
need the seat
man's
cover again. Yeah.
traffic stop for illegal motorcycle lights turns into a sizable drug bust. Who would have thought on a motorcycle that would happen? It started out literally as a traffic stop for illegal lights on the bottom of the motorcycle. Joshua Robinson is his name. He was arrested this week and charged with 3 felony counts of possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. There he is. Josh, not in his finest hour, not as good a shot as the former president provided. Robinson was pulled over after a Brevard County Sheriff's Office deputy saw him riding a motorcycle with blue lights shining from below. The 48-year-old man said that he recently bought the bike, didn't know he couldn't have the lights on it. Well, that's when the deputy discovered Robinson didn't have a motorcycle endorsement on his license either.
Oh.
Maybe he said, I didn't know I needed a motorcycle endorsement.
I'm surprised the sheriff has time to pull people over for that. They don't.
Yeah,
hear.
it seems like it's sort of an action-packed sheriff's life. I'm surprised exactly. The lights would be an issue. During the search of his person, it was revealed that Robinson had syringes in his pocket. Oh, I didn't know I couldn't have syringes in my pocket.
As one does.
Plus a few other items stashed in those pockets, including meth, green fentanyl, cocaine, and other paraphernalia.
If you
get
get
them
it
in
in
order.
order, you get extra points.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Meth, green fentanyl, cocaine, and other paraphernalia. Well, I didn't know you couldn't have meth, green fentanyl, cocaine, and other paraphernalia in your
Did you say
pockets.
green fentanyl? Is that
Yes,
different
that
than
is
like
the-
blue fentanyl?
It's
red
eco-friendly.
fentanyl?
Yes, it's the
Oh.
preferred
Sustainably
fentanyl.
developed.
Yeah, right. if you
Sustainable
really want-
fentanyl, yeah.
Yes, ask for it by name, the green fentanyl.
Organic. It's at Whole Foods.
Weird monkey sightings spread across Florida.
What?
Strange things happening at fast food joints. A large monkey seen hanging out of a fried chicken restaurant in Florida. This sighting happened at 9 a.m. this week. I love it when Albert has curated stories from this week, and all of these stories, it would seem, are of the moment. This is about 30 miles north of Orlando. This monkey showed up at this chicken place. It's like a fast food chicken place. Orange City police officials say that it might be a member of this wild primate population in Florida. The population isn't known to live near Orange City, but Florida gators, pythons, bears, and crocodiles are notorious for showing up in unexpected places. And the one monkey, you see it there, that's kind of all over social media, might be one of them. A wild population of rhesus macaques was first documented along the Silver River. That's back in the 1930s because a commercial riverboat captain released about half a dozen on an island there to boost tourism at the time.
Of course.
It's insanity. People are so...
Stupid.
Anyway,
I'll say it.
they...
It's a wild idea, but it just might work.
The amazing thing is that they are great swimmers. And they jumped in the water, they got off the island, and now they're everywhere. So look for these various monkeys to show up perhaps in a Florida venue near you if you're down that
McDonald's,
way.
Jack in a Box, Taco Bell.
Apparently.
I'd go with the
Well,
focus.
a Florida man now behind bars, and it's no wonder because he threatened to hit deputies with his walking cane while he was being arrested. I love the people who get aggressive with the cops. Like, you know.
That's a good idea.
It's
gonna
just
go
so,
well, yeah.
it's so against the logic of the situation, you know? I mean, it's like...
what he's got going here is a situation.
How can you threaten to kick their ass? They're like 4 of them. They've got more stuff on their belt than Batman, and they've got 2 squad. It just...
Well, they might not be mentally stable.
There's that. Stephen Pechoric, arrested Friday, last week, charged with DUI, 3 counts. I think it's the DUI probably does it. 3 counts of aggregate, again, not the same thought that went into the mugshot that, you know, the former president had. 3 counts of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting with violence, felony criminal mischief, and resisting without violence. Well, they got him on resisting with and resisting without.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Coming and going.
I'm going to give him a ding on that, right. It was, he struck a pedestrian, or nearly struck a pedestrian on a bike with a trailer that he was driving. And when the deputy initiated the traffic stop, apparently it had no rear light either. So he had a near miss with the person on the bike, stopped the guy. The 61-year-old man from Bellevue grew extremely loud and uncooperative. Mm-hmm. The deputy smelled the odor of alcohol, of course, and saw what appears to be a beer can in the bike's upholder. I think that should be cup holder. That's what happens with AI. It's called the upholder, all right?
You don't even need AI for that. That's just news staff these days.
Yes, that may be. Just somebody in a hurry. Anyway, he agreed to a few sobriety tests, then he grew uncooperative, and he said, quote, "I have a cane and I will rip your effing head off." And that's when the game became a little less fun, and he was on his way downtown. A birthday celebration gets weird when a dead alligator starts moving.
What?
Yeah. What?
What?
Zombie alligator.
A woman celebrating her birthday with a drive past Florida's Lake Apopka saw a rotting alligator starting to move again. Closer inspection revealed the 9 to 10 foot alligator was actually in the mouth of an even bigger alligator. That alligator was dragging it backward across the lake. One alligator preparing to eat another.
This is very meta.
It's
meta Florida.
It's a metaphor for America, is what I see it as.
Right now, it's mating season, and they're hungry.
Yeah, here's the video if you're watching on YouTube.
Gator on gator violence.
Oh, it is really, it's scary. Look at that.
So it's supposed to be dead.
Nature is a cruel place. Right.
But there was something inside of it that was still alive? Or underneath it?
Florida's male gators are known to battle over territory and mates, and it was a turf war probably that turned deadly. One gator preparing to eat another. So the 9 to 10 foot gator was in the mouth of an even bigger gator. Yeah. Could you not see that in the video? I wasn't maybe focusing completely on it. I was.
He kind of looked like he was underneath him.
Yeah, it looks like he's underneath him.
It's there.
He's underneath him.
You can see it right under, like you can see the snout right
on the right
where
side.
the tail would be.
Oh my God! Yes.
Where the tail used to be.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, this is a winner for me. I have to say,
Oh
I'm
my
early
God,
winner. Yep.
It's a winner to. It's just.
We don't like to call the results early.
I'm saying I'm doing it.
Gonna have to count all the ballots again.
That's unreal.
This thing is rigged.
And finally, a Florida man flees, eludes arrest at church. I love it.
So I was going to say
Finally.
Hooters, but you say church. All right.
Yeah.
Finally, church comes through for you guys. That's why you should all go to church for moments like that.
This is a word from the Lord, and he's not happy.
Yeah. A Florida man behind bars, though, spotted by deputies in a church parking lot, fleeing and eluding arrest, and then claiming that a cult told him to. Yeah. John Souza arrested, charges of fleeing and eluding a law enforcement officer. And in his attempt to flee, he supposedly ran a stop sign, ignored the deputy's active lights and siren, etc. 41 years old. He was read his Miranda rights. He agreed to speak to the deputy, and he told him that this cult told him to flee.
Is this different than the cult church story we already did?
Yes, it's different. It's a different guy.
Wait, so there's a different guy who also was told by a cult.
Look, sometimes the second time is the one you want. Yeah.
What the hell is going on in the United States of America?
Look, let me just say, it's a wild idea.
Wild idea, but it just
So
might
many
I mean,
churches,
again,
so
it
many
didn't work
cults,
once.
It's hard to keep track.
It lends some credence to the cult speaking to people there, right? I mean,
Yeah, there's precedence for this.
yeah.
Your
My
Honor.
friend, I mean, the cults are real, my friends, and the church is real. Yeah, so your cult may vary. Now, let's just quickly go through them. We must pick a favorite. We don't want to pick a favorite, but the bylaws of the show require that we pick a favorite. Florida man arrested for DUI while wearing the T-shirt, "I'm the reason the beer's always gone." The T-shirt said those words, and he, of course, was arrested for DUI. Florida chemistry student caught on camera injecting the opioid chemical agent under the neighbor's door. Caught in the act, the nude Florida man going door to door and trying to break into a Kissimmee complex of homes. A Florida man's traffic stop for illegal motorcycle lights turns into a sizable drug bust with all the syringes and the meth. The weird monkey sightings going on. The latest at a fast food chicken place. The Florida man using his walking cane to threaten deputies during the arrest. "I will take your effing heads off." Birthday celebration gets weird when dead alligator starts moving. And a Florida man fleeing cops and finally being apprehended, saying that the cult told him to flee even though he knew it was wrong. Hard to pick a favorite. We are in the chat asking you, what's leading in the chat, please, Albert?
The zombie gator is in the lead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kim influenced the vote there.
I did. I
Albert,
did.
thank you.
That is.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Kim, how are you?
All right. So, John, we'll start with you. What do you think?
I do like the nude guy going door to door because it reminds me of the Gator going door to door. You know, like, do you have a moment of time to speak of our Lord and Savior?
Fabulous producer, John Daly.
Yeah.
I think I have to go with the zombie Gator.
Zombie Gator gets the first vote. Albert, what was your favorite before we get to Kim?
I saw. I kind of wanted to zag while everyone was zigging here and pick the awful story. It's the neighbor story because and I read Karen Cooper's in the comments section. I like the bad neighbor, something new and inventive. So,
Yeah.
I'll go with that. I'm glad lock him up, but that's terrible.
I just have a hard time
Albert,
calling something
thank
like
you.
that fabulous.
Yeah. It's right, but it's it's part of the weirdness. I will give you that, the lawlessness and weirdness and
only in
grossness
Florida.
That is Florida, yeah. And Kim, how about you?
I'm Gators. Sharon, Kid, and I, the pride of Willits, we're going Gators today, Mark.
Gators.
Yeah.
Gator. I mean, that's very on brand. It's hard to argue with that.
Well, I mean, this is a Gator story I won't soon forget. One eating another? Come on.
Yeah, it just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of YouTube hosts, the way they all, eat each other for audience. I, just for the pure bizarre quality, I go for the DUI guy who's pulled out with the T-shirt that says, "I'm the reason the beer's always gone." I'm sorry, everybody. I just think that's too strong. You can vote, and the Gator on Gator crime in Florida is the thing that's leading.
This has been Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
Y'all come back now here.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.